Silverbacks Chronicles, it's your boy Big H. I got my brother Drizzy.
Que lo que?
What's good, bro?
Que lo wa? 10 tones down.
All day, every day.
You know what I mean? Minding my business. And let's get into it.
Triple C.
Yo.
What's good, bro?
Maintaining and chilling, bro.
All day, every day. My peoples, what's up? We're back. We love you. We appreciate you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The boys is always here. We working. We're gonna jump right into it. A lot of very disturbing news, man. This again with this world. We had an active shooter in Nashville, Tennessee. I believe it was a female. She killed 3 9-year-old children and 3 staff in their 60s. And I guess she attempted to get in a gunfight with police, and it didn't work out in her favor.
Oh, she got it. She got that gunfight.
She got what she wanted.
And I mean, I think at this point in society, like, for us to be one of the most advanced countries in the world, but for this to be happening, it's disgusting.
Another active shooter.
Another active shooter. And here's the thing.
Coward.
It's like, it's become so normal.
Yeah.
Like, I got a 9-year-old girl, dog.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these people lost young, beautiful lives and an active shooter, like. But anyway.
It's sad.
This person sends a text saying that she wanted to die. And it's like, if you want to die, that's your business, right? Mm-hmm. And we were just saying, if there's a million ways to die. Mommy, take some pills. You know what I mean? Leave other people out of it.
Yeah.
Those people that lost their lives had nothing to do with the way you felt, your depression, the way you felt about yourself. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
These kids don't even know, these people don't even know that you exist. And you shoot, because the doors were locked. You shoot your way into the school. And you see the school was ready because they had the alarms up and running. And she just started, busting rounds, or rather, she started shooting whoever she saw.
Sad. I do want to commend the police officers in Nashville.
Absolutely.
Because they went in and they eliminated the threat. They didn't think twice. They didn't waste no time. They did what they was taught to do. They went inside there, three-man formations, and started clearing every room, doing phenomenal dynamic entries. I loved every bit of it. Them boys went in there. Shout out to Nashville, Tennessee police officers. I'm proud of you guys. Well done. You guys really represented for the ladies and gentlemen in blue, and I appreciate that.
I want to say, and on top of that, I want to say you can tell that they train on their off time.
Not even on their off time. They was trained and ready to go.
You could tell.
It didn't matter.
They were ready to go. They were ready to go. I like the fact that they knew that they were going to put this person down. It wasn't drop the weapons. It wasn't none of that. You did one of probably to me, the most atrocious crime of taking, kids' lives, right? I'm not telling you to drop your weapon. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. And you can tell by the way they handle that, the suspect, that they had the mindset already. We're going to go in there and we're going to take care of this job.
I did.
No, zero hesitation.
Well done. Well done. On also and drop the weapon. Lawfully, you're supposed to say that. And they did a phenomenal job in getting in there and handling business. I love no hesitation. They knew, as soon as they heard that gunfire, they went straight to the gunfire.
They knew exactly where to go.
Knew exactly where to go and put in work.
I even want to shout out to the secondary members on that package of dynamic clearing. They got out of the way.
Yeah.
They let the long gun, I want to say the 2 most proficient, operators in that room do what they do. Mm-hmm. because there was a dude that was going up the stairs first, and like he knew the long gun was behind him. He stepped out of the way, but then he joined the pack right behind him. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do, but you know, in that situation, the pistol went in there and put the suspect down too.
Yeah, I mean,
So it really don't matter. You got to get in there and eliminate that threat. But
No, but what I'm saying, there was a homie, there was an officer. I think he had a riot helmet on. Shout out to you, dog.
shout
I
out
see
to
you,
bro. I see the riot
I
helmet.
see you at the low ready. I see you right there by the cubby holes. No, but when he was going up the stairs, he stepped out the way. Like,
Oh my God.
he had a riot helmet on, dog.
Yeah, he had the riot helmet.
And yo, and you know, we love y'all. We love every department. You know, here
Right.
at Silverback, we always gonna praise, but we always gonna joke. What are you doing with a riot helmet on?
You don't need it all, fam. I get it though.
They're not throwing bricks.
No, it's not gonna happen. And yeah,
But we love you, dog.
He had the
we
bands
got
down
shirts.
and everything.
Yeah, he did.
We got shirts for Rex and Mike when we see y'all. Make sure you guys-
For sure, we definitely
I'm
do
proud
that.
of him.
Nah, but you know, homie with the riot helmet stepped to the side. Long gun went up. He stood to the
Watch how they
side.
say that though.
Long gun?
Yeah,
That's not a
that's not. Just say it with some authority. That's it.
long gun.
Yeah, it's on the review. Yeah, you can't, you know. Yeah.
What?
A little bit more bass in your voice when you say that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I can't.
Just, you know,
We
like,
can't even talk about. We
just,
can't even bring some
two more notches. You know what I'm saying? That's,
Bring it up to what I.
yeah, just two more notches of of authority when you say that. Those two words.
That's a long gun.
Right. Yeah. Right. Phenomenal.
Nah, but yeah.
Yeah, great shoot.
Yeah, I mean, they're like you said, dynamic clearing indoors, and then they hear the gunshots and they go straight to the gunshots. I know where the threat is.
You know, policing is tough nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. It's extremely tough. You know, it's not a good profession. It's a great profession that we love, but it's tough because, you know, officers got to deal with a whole lot. You know, not to mention that we're not equipped to do it, but there's so much to worry about, man. You got to worry about, you know, putting your hands on somebody and being charged for this and being charged for that. It's like a lot of officers feel handicapped in a sense. You know what I mean? And it's tough. It really is tough because you know you want to do the job by the book and you want to make sure everybody gets home safe. You want to make sure every suspect that you apprehend, you know, is done in a safe manner. You know, but it's just tough, man. But I commend all of our first line responders that are doing the job and doing it for the right reasons because it's a tough world out there, man, and it's getting even tougher with suspects and dealing with everything. So I just commend you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. You know, stay strong, man. Stay focused. Stay level-headed. And you know, always rely on your training. Always rely on your training that's been taught, you know, and instilled in you, because that's going to pay dividends. For anybody that haven't seen this video of the Nashville police officers go inside that school and find the threat and then eliminating the threat, they really did well. They relied on their training, their skill set. They was focused. They got in there swiftly. They cleared each room swiftly until they heard that gunfire. And once you hear that gunfire, okay, now we know where you're at. So we'll go into the gunfire. Where people run away from it, we go right to it.
I think it took them 14 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what they clocked it in as. That's a hell of a lot of an amazing improvement compared to, you know, what happened down in Texas and in Florida.
I mean, and just imagine, that's a school, so we don't know how many classrooms is in there. We don't know how many. We don't know anything. They just go in there and they start clearing rooms, first floor, second floor. Yo, let's just start doing it until we find the threat. And when they heard the gunfire, oh, now it's time to get into some work. It's time to get in it.
Zero hesitation.
Zero hesitation. The officers went in there and took care of business. And that's how you're supposed to eliminate a threat. Straight like that. And I appreciate that.
Imagine if, if Nashville, I mean, I don't know what the economics are, but, he had weapons. So imagine if they would have done with the defund police. You don't need that type of weapon. That's a militarized weapon. But the suspect has 2 of them. What is this handgun gonna go and do up against a AR? You see what I'm saying? You gotta fight that with what they got.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And I'm happy that this is the one. Well, I'm not happy, but the way these operators handle this, thank God, is gonna help society rethink and realize how much.
Let officers do what we got to do, man.
Let us do what we gotta do, yo.
Enough with the handicap.
Because look, where's the social workers? Where's, they always talk about, we're gonna do. You can't even, what's crazy? I heard a podcast saying, well, maybe schools should have private security. Here's the problem with private security. Some schools, off the rip, don't have the budget.
Yeah.
Schools use police because police is an entity that's part of public schools. So it's nothing to say, hey, go send a unit to that school because it's all under the city budget. Now, if you have a private entity or a private security company at that school, now that private company sets what they want to charge, their rate, and what's going to happen when there is a shooting? How's that going to look in court? See what I'm saying? These are the things that no one thinks about. This security guard, he's basically a security guard.
Yeah.
Is this guy really taking his job serious, or does he want a paycheck?
That too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm always for equipping officers with everything they need. You can never say they don't need this, they don't need that.
It's a dangerous world.
It's a dangerous world, and the criminals are even swifter. They even have so much more ammunition that nobody know, that you don't even know about.
Way more.
I love for school police to have, their guns on scene, even long guns, shotguns, everything at all times. Because you just never know nowadays, man. Active shooters are a real thing. And it's been going down for the last couple of years. It's bad.
It's like up 83% from
It's so bad. You never know when it can happen. You just never know. You never know what's gonna happen. So,
dog, you don't even know what they bring into the fight.
You have no idea what they bring into the fight.
He could have had a Uzi. Look, this suspect had 2, an AR pistol and an AR?
I think she had a AR with her. She definitely walked in there with a long gun because she started busting off as soon as she got there.
But she had one ringing around her neck, too.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Yeah.
So it's like that rips through vests.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But am my 40's gonna do something against that? My 9mm gonna do something against that? That's why with this team, with these two operators there, long gun hit her first. You know what I mean? On the left side of the wall, and then pistol came through and did the cleanup job.
Cleaned up everything.
And it was nice too, because I saw that he had the optic on it too. So there's 0 missing. It was well done. I saw a post. It was like, oh, Nashville police, set the president for the United States on train. Fam, this is what we do every day.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. Here in Baltimore,
that's what we do, bro.
In the state of Maryland, and I will say that because I've been in rooms with different operators from different jurisdictions. Yeah. In Maryland, on every level, that's how we train.
Oh, man. I'm just glad all officers are accounted for.
Right.
It's sad that, we had to lose three children, 3 9-year-olds, man. Life ahead of them. God bless these.
One of them little kids probably could have, solved or figured out the cure to cancer. And this person took those kids away from us.
And not only that, but I don't know if y'all talked about it, but for people that are out there, if people need help and you are not trained to help an individual, do not like. I get people want to be friends and just talk to people, but as soon as somebody starts to talk, and it sounds unfamiliar to you, like, can y'all please talk about that? Like call 911, call the helplines, call this, like, you know, if you got them on one phone, text somebody else to say, hey, you know, John or Jane is going through blah, 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 this, that, and the fourth. Can you go get them some help at their house because they're talking irrational? Something's not right.
If you're in the same state, just drive to their house.
Yeah.
Even if you don't got to be in the same state, just
Right.
notify. Notify somebody to get 911 over to that individual's house.
Because somebody starts talking
But we don't know
like
what's
that.
the problem. Like, people talk like that and they're looking for just attention.
It's okay
Correct.
though.
But it's
You
like-
never know.
right.
You never know
But-
who's real, who's not. Like, who's really gonna do, who's not.
But if you do
how
nothing,
many times have y'all answered
Right.
those? You
If
see
you
what I'm
do
saying?
nothing.
Right. So, I mean, not to blame anybody because, again, I still think it was the person's fault for whatever it is. I mean, it is what it is. That's just me saying that. But if I realize that I don't have the means to stop a person from killing other people, I'm calling 911 first and then saying, hey, this is what I heard. This is blah, blah, blah. This is what I know. And can y'all at least go do
No,
maybe
yeah,
XYZ?
it's great that you bring that up because there's certain keywords that, like, you can tell who's like really gonna do it. In the text message or the manifesto that they're calling that she said, you know, a lot of people when they're going through these episodes and they're down and out, you know, they're like, oh, I just want to kill myself. But there's no plan. This person had a plan. She said, hey, I love you. I'm doing this today. You're gonna hear about this today. In that text message that's out, that's circulating. She had a plan. She said today. And the person she was speaking to said, well, you know, you have an amazing life to live for. God will cover you. It's not enough. It's not enough. This person wrote you, I don't know, about 6 maybe messages before you respond to that one. And then after that one message you respond to, she sent back another 3 saying like, yo, I love you. I see you on the other side type of stuff.
Right.
That's when you be like,
see
oh, this is
signs.
serious.
Yeah, and we see signs. And again, I'm not blaming anybody, but we see signs that people need help and we don't get them the help that they get. And now it becomes, well, I talked to the person, I did this, that, and the fourth, or blah, blah, blah. And the reason why I say that is because on all of our jobs, we're trained to see signs. A person comes in all of a sudden and they're doing certain things. If a person wears a suit all of a sudden and then you see them, their clothes are just disheveled, you'll ask them, are they good? If certain things, you know, in my line of work, if people start to come in all of a sudden and they switch from American flag to another, just whole nother country all of a sudden, and now they just starting to talk reckless about our country, we look and say, okay, boom, right away, this is what's going on. People got to see the signs for people saying certain things, and we don't, and we're just like you said, everything's going to be fine. Like,
the biggest thing is just step up and say something. That's it.
Yeah.
No matter how minute it may seem, you don't know what the individual's going through if you're not in front of them to know what they're going through. So just say something. Because the minute that text was registered and you saw what she said, you could have easily notified somebody, like, yo, I think she need help. She just said this. This shit it's wild crazy. Say something, because if you say nothing, bingo, this is what we had. They gave her more than enough time to get her arsenal and weaponry ready to go to the school and do what she did. And then that immediate response from police, we're not going to get that instantaneously. That has to go through the dispatcher and then has to be sent out to officers. And we don't even know if the closest officer is 2 miles away, 3 miles away. So the response time is going to be, it's behind, we're behind the 8 ball anyway.
Already.
Right.
Already.
Yep.
Once the call
Absolutely.
is given, once the call is received to the dispatcher, then she's got to get that call out to the officers. And who the hell knows where the closest officer is within that given time? You can't wait for SWAT. SWAT would have been there another hour. They got to go to their command. They got to go get their stuff,
Debrief.
their equipment, get debriefed on what the hell's going on.
Load up.
That's a process. Active shooter is right now. That means it's active right now. So you got to go eliminate the threat. So anybody, if you hear anything from a friend or you see somebody that's in desperate need of care, and they're reaching out to you via text, social media, just say something, because timing is everything. That's what we need. That's what we don't have, is the time, so that we can get there, because we get everything so late. And it takes too much time.
Can y'all speak
don't-
to that too? Because to add to what H is saying, because sometimes we've gotten calls when I've been at work where it said this active shooter, the school's locked down because somebody called off of something that they heard. And when we get it as parents on the background, it's been something's happened and y'all had to react. We put, police were dispatched, blah, 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 to the schools, but the schools are locked down. So to that process, can y'all really speak to that? Like, because we've gotten those calls before, and then, as a parent, you're kind of panicked, but you're like, all right, they got the schools locked down. They got patrols in the schools, blah, blah, blah. So how did that happen when they knew that there was an active shooter in the area? Like, did somebody, how would that process have been?
I think, with this?
Well, just in general.
I think with this one, they didn't know until she started
busting off.
Right, hitting the door with them rounds.
Right, but for like things that have happened in this area. For example.
I see what you're saying. So like, when the schools are shut down, it's like maybe there was a shooting around the school, so the school, locks down as a preventative measure so that the suspect doesn't enter school. Right.
Got you.
But with this case, it's quiet. Right. And then all of a sudden, the rounds, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And she makes her way in.
Right.
But something to what he was saying, I think that text, if the person she texts would have been like, hey, you want to meet up for coffee?
How about that?
I think, because, if I'm reaching out to you and I'm talking crazy like that, I'm seeking your attention. If that person would have been like, hey, you good? Like, you want to go get some coffee? You want to come over to the house and talk? Maybe I'll cook you breakfast or whatever it may be. It might have been a different story.
Or she could do that and notify police at the same time.
At the same time. Like, yo, I got this crazy person coming to my crib. I need you to
I'm talking to her. I'm trying to calm her down. You need to go check this out.
Right.
She lives bum. Go get it, please.
Go get her. They probably would have caught her loading up.
Absolutely.
It's wild. But yeah, I think it's a lot of schools now, they do an amazing job because this thing has become such a norm.
It's worldwide, man.
That, I've even seen bulletproof book bags.
Yeah, they got Kevlar book bags.
Which is wild to me because it's like, me growing up, all I had to worry about was like, yo, don't go down University. You could go down Nelson and you won't have to worry about getting jumped. Like now you got to worry, like, yo, I got to go get a new, like when I was growing up, yo, I got to go get a new North Face book bag so I can look fly. These kids is like, damn, I need a Kevlar book bag so I don't get shot.
But school police need to be at every school loaded up.
Ready to go.
I'm tired of people saying you don't need police with guns in school. Yes, you fucking do.
I agree. So those parents that like, my kid doesn't need to see those weapons. Guess what? They're playing Call of Duty. They're seeing way more.
Seeing them anyway.
They're seeing way more. So let the resource officer, the school police officer, show up with what he got to show up to defend your kid.
Absolutely.
So he could go back home and play Call of Duty.
Because if there was a school police officer equipped, ready to go, lock and loaded, she wouldn't have went in there and showed off like
she would have never went past that door.
No.
She would have never made it past that door.
Nope.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure how far does she live from the actual school? Because it seems again, just from being around you all, it seems like I'm about to go do something, so let me find the closest and do this, that, and the fourth, which kind of just gets it to, hey, if somebody's acting irrational to me, I'm calling, hey, this person has this, and they have guns in the house, and they did this, that, and the fourth. This is what we were talking about, and I guess they were texting. This is what's being texted to me right now, so I don't know what's going on, da-da-da. I know just from being around you all, boom, that alerts. I know it's y'all in automatic mode to say, all right, thank you, enough to get the school, in a situation where, again, the school didn't do anything wrong, and police came right on time, but like you said, now if that goes out, and not to say the person didn't do that, but as they're texting, if that happens, the police, as fast as they reacted, would have now been there and could have possibly averted certain things. So, everything always transfolds a certain way, and sometimes hindsight is always 20/20. But people now, I hope what people start to realize is, for some of these people, I don't know if this is a mental health problem or concern, but if you react first, and then have you all, because I know, again, you all are police officers, not like, like psychiatrists, psychologists, but I do realize that being around you all, seeing these men doing their job, I would have rather, if that was 10 to 15 minutes of me calling, even if I'm wrong, got you. At least they're going to be there, as opposed to it being, oh, I didn't think this person was going to do what? Go and do what they said they were going to do.
Right.
Like, I think there are signs from a lot of people around people like this that know, and they just don't see it until it happens.
Well, it's become a norm in our society.
Man.
Oh, you know, the guns and all that. It's just become a norm.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's really sad, man.
Yeah.
It's just sad. I don't know what's it gonna take for local jurisdictions to really get it together. It's not police, man.
It ain't us because we're ready to go. As you see in this video, that you know, I think Forbes was the first ones to release it. I think. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, from my standpoint, that shit was poetic. The way they move. Again, you're canceling someone that just killed 3 9-year-olds.
So
And 3 adults.
And 3 adults.
and
Like,
again,
that shit was
stuff is a
poetic.
wrap.
The way they moved.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not gonna say it. The way they moved, that shit was poetic, man. There was sound training.
Yeah.
And there's departments in this country that do I know every department in this country right now, there's guys and females, men and women on the job that see this and they're like, thank you, because this is what we do every day, but no one sees it. See what I'm saying? And it's a horrific incident that, like, now we're seeing, like, now the general public is like, oh, wait a minute. They actually know what they're doing? Yeah. We bid you what we were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get the word.
So, I mean, again, ABC is reporting this. September 2021, talking about buying a gun. February 28th, 2022, 4-person group chat talking about discussing being a school shooter. You know what I'm saying? March 1st, in a 4 group buying a gun. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you see the build up to these things.
Right.
And we and I'm not saying we, but we as people don't look at all the signs that built up to the point where the person said, I'm gonna go do it. So it's like, at what point did you not think that this person was gonna do that and not realize that you don't have enough training to stop that person? I know you both do, but you see what I'm saying? You in a 4-person group chat, and now these individuals lost their lives, and now you have to live with that. Because had you just done something, called a day before, looked back at your group chat and did this, that, and the fourth and said, I don't know, yo. This don't feel right. Yo. Let me go talk to somebody. Yeah. You can say, again, all these people out here that be F12, got you, but let me go call somebody else that know a little bit more about this than me. Let me go talk to 12. Let me go talk to him and say, let me ask you something about this. Does this sound right to you? And if somebody says, nah, you might want to, got you.
You know, I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the part for me where I just, as I'm reading this really bores me, because it's like, everybody want to blame y'all for shit, and it's not. Y'all are reacting to something that happens when everybody else, again, the first police departments and everything, we're citizens. We're people literally looking and stopping things. And shit could have been stopped, but instead, like, we rather just be cool with a person and think that we can say something bomb, and then people lost their life. Mm-hmm. Like,
there was something you said about purchasing weapons. This is my thing on purchasing weapons. Like, I know everybody's like, I know, and not to get political, but there's a side that says, well, we're just gonna take the guns away from the people. Good luck. You know, it's the Second Amendment, right? Cool. But instead of going that route, right, let's use our brains and do this. If a person wants to purchase a gun, and some people may not like this, but to curb this, we're gonna have to do this. I believe you have to be the age of 25 to even purchase a gun. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. On top of being the age of 25, and I know it's 18 and 21 or whatever it was.
Why 25?
Here's why. 25 years old, whether you're a male or female, you're getting your shit together. You know what I'm saying? You're out of that emotional phase of like, my buddy in high school made fun of me and I'm gonna go get back. No, fuck that. You're working now. So 25, you have to show employment, right? And then on top of that, you have to go see a doctor. You have to go see a shrink who clears you and says, based on my profession based on my evaluation, Dre Mayer, whatever, right, has no psychological, from what I see, no issues. He is cleared. His finances are intact. He has a family, or maybe he doesn't. He's working. He's cleared. He doesn't have any emotional baggage. And then from there, that he takes that letter and now brings it to a doctor who also has to clear you. So now what that does is, when I buy a gun and let's say I go do something stupid, that person that cleared me, those two medical professions that cleared me, now you're on the hook as well. See what I'm saying? It adds accountability into the process. It ain't some guy that just walks into some store in West Virginia and is like, yo, let me get a 38 special. Cool. How old are you? 21. Cool. You got 450? Yeah, here you go. See you later. See what I'm saying? Now there's a lot of accountability because someone cleared you. And guess what? That person that cleared you is not gonna lose their license just to be like, hey, nah, he's good, and then you give him $100. You know what I'm saying? There's none of that. It eliminates.
It should be steps.
It should be steps. There should be a process.
To be
like, you know how there's a process to become a lawyer or a doctor in law enforcement? There should be steps in buying a gun. Show up with a clean record. You have to be 25. Maybe 23. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, you have to be closer to the adult stage rather than the teenage stage. Because think about it, you still have 21-year-olds that are still babies.
Still got 25-year-olds that still fucking.
Exactly. But I feel like with employment, and you have responsibility as a you show that you wake up every morning.
Show that you're responsible.
Correct.
To
if you could show your employer that you're responsible, then you can show us that you're responsible with a firearm. How many mother effers got guns out here and they don't even store them right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't know we were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Dog, you can't leave your gun in a cope holder. Well, it's a red light. I want to get to it quick, but it's a cup holder. Like, I think if it gets
buckle down on the stipulations.
I think so too. You can't just say, oh, we're gonna take it away. Let's make it a little bit harder. Let's add a psychological evaluation. Once that gets cleared.
Definitely that, sure.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if something happens, right? And here's the other thing. I'm gonna jump in.
Okay.
Here's the other thing. Now, the doctor that clears you, the psych, you go off and do something horrendous like this. Now that license, I'm gonna come see you.
Oh.
I'm gonna the shrink.
Why?
Because you cleared him.
Yeah, but if he professionally cleared them, he's got nothing to do with the individual wanting to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, but I want to check the records. I want to make sure everything's right. I want to see what you saw that we missed. Even though people may switch, but we have to check it. We have to check it. It's an accountability issue.
So in the clearance world, that's kind of what we have to go through. But it's very you have to go. You fill out it's called a standard form 86, and then you have to go through like your backgrounds, and then they run all your criminal checks and all this other stuff. And a minimal background check, I do agree should be done, and then you can kind of put a person into like what's called a continuous evaluation, where a lot of stuff is being run behind the scenes where people don't know. But I think it just depends, because if they give up something, they also gonna have to kind of give up something on the other end. So like, what I don't like is that every state you have to apply for like a gun license. So just make it a universal kind of U.S. So just like a driver's license. So now you can use it in every state. Because like, for example, Maryland was one of the hardest states to get it. You just had to prove why you had to. And then, you know what I'm saying, when the Supreme Court came back and said, no, you really don't. It loosened it some, but they still are kind of denying people those things. So the ability to have it should come with a little more responsibility. I agree. And there are ways to do it. I just don't think that, I don't think that our government's going to be mature enough to kind of sit down and say, this makes sense to do certain things. And then, like you said, so if it's on your license, you know, if you pull me over, you know, all right, this person has a gun permit. So, you know,
that'd be dope if you add it to the license.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
And then that helps
That'd be dope.
everybody. But people want to be so, I don't want the police to know what. Like, if they pulled you over, dog, 9.5 times out of 10, you did something. Whether it was speeding, whether your lights out, whether it was this, that, and the fourth. ABC and XYZ. So, like, it would help them so that when they go up there, they know they would go up there with some caution. But we want to be so hidden. Got you. And again, from learning from y'all, let y'all not show y'all hands. Y'all have to y'all got to go into gorilla mode. And it's
1,000%.
Because that's how you're trained. So it's like, let's de-escalate all that by saying, hey, I know it's on your license, this, that, and the fourth. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, do you have one in you? All right, you got it right there. Got you. You mind if I go get it or da-da-da? Because I don't want you to do it, so I need you to do so I can protect myself. Now we have a different conversation and we're conversating.
It's like a safety conversation.
Yeah, it is. But people don't want to, everybody, it becomes a fight for no reason. People aren't trying to take your rights from you, dog. Like, people are really just trying to be safer. That's it.
But all in all, it's unfortunate. It's sad. But I'm just glad they went there and took care of that threat, man. This active shooter shit is real. It's not going anywhere. People are still going to act reckless. And still, some people that want to die, they're going to find a way to kill themselves. Either it's suicide by a cop or they're going to go and shoot up someplace where innocent bystanders, innocent victims get hit for no reason at all. And it's just bad. And we got to do better as a human race, man.
It's like back in the day, you just off yourself. These guys now, it's like I have to go get into a fight so that, you know, suicide by a cop could happen.
It's too much.
It's too much.
But it's bad. But great job, guys. Shout out to Nashville, man. Officers, phenomenal job. You guys did excellent. We commend y'all. We appreciate you. That was it. We really wanted to base this episode off of what happened in Nashville and gun reform and really getting guns out of people's hands that don't deserve or don't qualify to utilize that. And it has to be worldwide. We got to do better, man, because this shit is ridiculous. Innocent kids, like, it's got to stop. It really has to stop.
Yeah, we got to protect these babies, man.
Seriously. Officers, school police, they need to be full equipped with everything because they're the first line. They are the first line before we get there. And when we get there, that's when we take over. But everything's in timing. Let them be full equipped so they can get there, handle the threat. Because we're talking minutes. We're talking minutes. Every minute counts. Every minute counts. That's all I got. I love you guys. Dre, what you got?
Yo, sing with me real quick. I believe the children are the future.
Stop it. I just can't.
We got to protect them, man. Peace and love.
Triple C.
I forgot the rest of the words.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
My peoples, we love you. Quick little episode, just to let you guys know that we saw it. It was horrendous. Listen, children are the future, man. We gotta create.
We gotta protect these kids, man.
It's paramount.
With everything we got right now,
that we provide them with care, love, attention, direction. It takes a village. It really does. So let's all help them. Let's help everybody. And with that being said, Silverback Chronicles podcast is Big H, Dre, and Triple C. We love you guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
expressed on the Silverback Chronicles podcasts are those of the hosts, producers, or the guest appearing on the program. They do not reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes but not exclusive to the Department of Defense, Homeland, and the Baltimore City Police Department. The Silverback Chronicles podcast with Dre, Big H, and Triple C. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment.